Welcome to the Denton Vibe with Diva Girl Ellie, powered in part by Classic of Denton.
Hey guys, welcome to the Denton Vibe with Diva Girl Ellie on DentonRadio.com. I am so glad to be back. I was overseas and it was very warm, and now I'm here back in Denton. It's cold. I'm cozy right now. The studio is actually warm today, so I'm really excited about that. And today we have Megan Winkler, and she's my special guest today. Thank you, Megan, for being here. She's going to talk to us about what she's doing in Denton and all the stuff she's got going on. And we're so happy to be here. So thanks for joining us. If you're joining us online, make sure you leave a comment, like, share, and comment away. We love that. And so we're going to be talking about her work and her holistic communication coaching that she does. So go ahead, Megan, let us know who you are as a Dentonite here.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ellie. I'm so glad to be here. This
Yay.
is so much fun. No, I guess I've been a Dentonite for as long as I can remember. I actually grew up in Carrollton and always knew that I was going to go to UNT. So,
Nice.
And I just love the spirit here and how open everybody is to like new experiences and stuff and the arts and that sort of thing. So I've really found that it's been a great place to nurture my work, but the work of other people. And it's an incredible town. So this is so much fun for me right now.
I know. I'm like, she's going to be a natural at this. Megan's got this. I know some people tend to get nervous, and it can be a little nerve-wracking at first, but I knew you would have this down. So I'm so happy to be here. Not only is she my guest, but she's also a personal friend, and I've learned a lot of stuff from her, so I'm glad you're here.
Well, thank you. And you know, you were one of those people in Denton that actually nurtured my work.
Oh, thank you.
Because a long, long time ago, well, maybe not that long ago, but if you can recall,
Yes.
Denton Square Donuts.
Yes.
And back when that was a thing, and a little thing called the Lost Poet Lounge
Yes.
started.
Actually, it was
It
called
was different. It was Word in the Hole, right?
Word in the Hole. It was the first
That's
thing
right.
that I emceed here in Denton.
That's right.
That was the first time, and a couple of friends of ours had asked me to MC the event and if I would be interested. So that kind of
That's
sparked my, not that I wasn't interested in poetry before, but definitely that's where we met.
That's right. I forgot that it was a different name.
It's okay.
'Cause it's like blossomed into
It has.
the Poet Lounge
It's
now.
been a great transition here in Denton, and you were part of that too. So
Thank you.
yeah, original Lost Poet.
I know. It's true. It's true.
Yes, there's some originals, and then we've got second generation Lost
I
Poets.
love it.
So
I love it. I love to kind of sit back and see what the next generation of Lost Poets kind of comes up with,
Yes.
and the next generation of writers, because there's so much talent out there.
yeah,
it's awesome.
it's amazing. We've been kicking since 2014. So
I can't believe that.
yeah, and when we did the Word in the Hole, it was before
was
that.
Before that, yeah.
So that's awesome.
That's cool. No, such a great experience. And, and that's what's so great is the local business kind of community and that sort of thing. At the time, Denton Square Donuts was like, yeah, we've got this space. Come on out. And then Banter, back when that was still around, was also like, hey, come on out. And now we've got new generation of kind of venues and stuff now that those two have gone away. But everybody's just always so open and ready to open their doors to
Definitely.
the talent, no matter what it is.
Yes, that's
So
one of
cool.
my favorite things about Denton is the nurturing community and just everybody making it a family affair. It really
Yeah.
is. It's a family affair.
It is.
People support you. They kind of, hey, do this here if you want. If you ever need any, they're very giving. So let's talk about, because I know you write. You're a published writer.
Yeah.
Or author, and you blog, and you're also doing the holistic counseling or the holistic communications coaching.
Yeah.
So let's elaborate on each one. You can put them in any order you want. I'll go with the flow.
Okay, well, I'm going to throw something out there that I always love to tell people kind of in the journey is it mixed in with all that. I actually have a master's in military history. So
That's right. You do like history, and you like all of the
I love it. And so really, I bring that up though because my career really started with trying to get my written works out there in the world. And I was just convinced that I was going to teach at the university level and I was going to write academic works, and this was my path. And like so many things in life, it shifted. And I always tell people that I have exactly what I wanted, just in a completely different way, because I am a writer, I am a teacher, but I am not writing history. I am not teaching history.
You're making it.
Oh, thank you. Trying to. But yeah, and just kind of evolved from there. I started out as a freelance writer, and I literally got, I think, a penny per word on these websites, and then it was like based on the number of views you got. So I was making just change for this stuff, but I was building up my kind of CV, my resume, you know, and my portfolio of work, and it eventually evolved into me writing full-length books.
Yeah.
And I read a portion of my first published book at
did.
that first event that we were both at. And that was Transmissions from Dating Land.
I remember that because I was thinking, oh my God, what a great topic to write a book about. Dating.
Well, it was so funny because at the time, you know, I was thinking, gosh, you know, what am I doing giving people advice? Because by then I had actually been married and divorced twice and was living the life of a single gal and doing the online dating thing before anybody talked about it. You whispered about it or you made up a story about how you met that person. And now, you know, we've got all the apps and everything.
It's second nature now.
It is. It's like no big deal. But, and one of my friends was like, you know, you should get paid for this. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll write a book. And I did. And there it was. And it kind of sprang up from there. And so over the course of the years, I've really gotten interested in meditation, and I studied in neuroscience-based meditation for a while and completed a fellowship there. And I've kind of branched off into mindfulness meditation and very kind of story-based meditation. And so I've kind of combined everything because I love to write, I love to teach, I love to help people. And it is what I call holistic communications coaching. So
okay, let's talk about what you just said, which was the story-based versus, what was the other one you just said?
Let's see, I said mindfulness meditation.
What is that? For those of us that don't know anything about that, what is the difference between those two, or what are the benefits?
Sure, absolutely. So mindfulness meditation, if you haven't done it, wait, because it very much is sitting in silence and sitting with your breath and sitting with the moment. And it is not, there's no affirmations, there's no guided meditation usually, and it's something that's very challenging, and definitely I never recommend it for beginners. You can try it, go for it. I don't want to discourage people too much, but like a story-based meditation though is really nice because it actually gives your brain something to do and something to think about. And it could be some very neutral story, like, you know, you're walking in a forest and what you see, and it gives you something to kind of think about. But also, you know, tuning in your breath, tuning into the present moment, and kind of de-stressing and all that.
Well, I can see how that would be beneficial because someone like me has a very hard time focusing.
Yeah.
And I could be talking to you, and I know you probably noticed it because you're very observant, but I could be talking to you 1 minute, and then all of a sudden I'm on the next thought. And so when you're in a meditative environment and you want to focus, sometimes as hard as you want to, you're thinking about, what's in the drawer? I was supposed to empty that drawer. I wonder if the corkscrew's in there, or the, you know, the wine opener.
Yeah.
So I would imagine, you know, the storytelling would kind of bring you in. Hey, we're on a journey. Kind of thing, you know. Keeps you focused for those of you like me.
Well, and most people are like you. And I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm like you. It's okay. So, and there's just some days that I know I can sit in complete silence, and then there's other days when I know I need music or I need my own teacher guiding me. So I've got recordings and apps on my phone and stuff to help me with that. So that's completely normal and completely natural. I think one of the misconceptions of mindfulness and meditation is that you have to be very silent and kind of live this very, you know, I don't know, like conservative life and really just kind of trudge through it. And you don't. It's a lot of fun, and it can be very relaxing. So
I need that. I might have to talk to you after the show about that.
I'll hook you up.
So if somebody were to I guess, sign up for your program for that, for your coaching. And what is it like? Do you go daily? Do you go once a week? What is the frequency?
Usually it's once a week, and we might do like once every 2 weeks, and it just kind of depends on what that person needs. So I've actually met with clients twice a week, which was rigorous and really got them on the track that they wanted to be on very quickly. And I find that a lot of people don't necessarily need that. It is usually a weekly thing, and only for like an hour or so, but I'm always available via text and email and that sort of thing. And I've always got a ton of resources online. Again, being a writer, I'm just like, I'll think of an idea. I'm like, oh, this will serve my people. I'll just throw it out there, put it on my blog or whatever.
Let's talk about that blog.
Yeah.
I know I've gone on your blog a few times, and I've read some of the stuff, and I really love the fact that you're so uplifting, and that's really big with me. I want to surround myself with people that are completely uplifting, and people that support people. We're all going to have challenges.
Oh yeah.
We live challenges daily, and it's our job to help each other get through them.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
tell me about your blog.
So it's funny that you bring up the blog, because I recently started a second one.
Did you really?
I did.
I'm like, what's it called? Let me write it down.
Thank you. So my main blog is actually on my website, The Brainy Babe.
Yep.
And so on there, you're going to find anything from mindfulness stuff to like stories that I have that really impacted me. Like, I think on there's one about an experience that I had in the dressing room with my daughter, and how I saw all of my imperfections as I'm like trying on these party dresses, because we had a big event to go to. And she was like, "Mom, you're gorgeous. You're beautiful." And I'm like, wow, oh, okay. And so it really made me reflect that it's like, maybe I need to start looking at myself, not always through my eyes, and maybe through her eyes and the people that are around me. So, so that's the kind of thing that's on The Brainy Babe. The other blog is something that I just started, and I'm going to officially launch next year, but it's called Hey Meditation Mama.
Nice.
And it's all for mindfulness mamas who just really want down to earth stuff. That's
real.
Yeah. And there's like, we women put so much pressure on ourselves, and then you throw a kid in the mix, and it's like every little thing you think you do wrong just kind of stands out like this big bright light. So I thought, well, I'm the mom of a preteen. My daughter's going to be 13 in a couple of months, which I can't believe.
Wow. She's grown up so fast.
Has.
She really has.
You've been around for most of that journey, actually.
She was tiny when I met her.
I know.
She was really tiny. Now she's all sprouting, and she's got a personality. And
she does. And that's what's so cool, is that, these little humans that we bring into the world, they are miniature people, and for me, I like helping moms realize, look, nobody's perfect, and that there's a lot of right things that you can do.
Yep.
And
mistakes and all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
You just keep on going.
Yeah.
You learn from them.
For sure.
Well, that's really cool. I really am interested in the whole meditation thing. I think it would help me kind of calm myself down. I'm always so busy, on the go. Yeah. I know you are as well. Yeah. So a lot of us tend to be like that here, especially if you're a student, you're going to school, then you're working, then you got to throw in the homework and whatnot. I know we're all going a mile a minute.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely look her up for that. That is one of the services that she provides. Yeah. So one of the things that that I noticed about your program or your coaching is the fact that, kind of touching on your daughter and the experience of that whole situation, is the kind of, I want to say, guidance, for lack of a better word, to the young women, to young girls. Yeah. So that's a big deal.
It's a big thing for me. I had been, a teenage girl years ago, and of course I remember the pressures, but it's so crazy these days, because if we didn't want to talk to somebody, they went to your answering machine with the literal tape. Yeah. And you didn't have Facebook, and you didn't have Instagram and all that, and it's really wild being an adult in that situation. And so my daughter's got she's got an Instagram and a G+ account. And it's like, okay, and it's very private and it's very locked down, but like it's hard to look at that and say, okay, are you being nurtured by this, or is this like just another way to not get away from the craziness that's at school and the pressure that's on a middle schooler? So, yeah, a lot of the stuff that I've done, I actually had a preteen camp a couple years ago.
Yeah,
It was all
I
on
remember
mindfulness. That was really cool.
What is that like? Tell me a little bit about that.
It's wild.
Because I know the energy
adventure.
is, yes, the age energy is going to be a lot. It's going to be bouncing off the walls.
Well, and they were, but then they weren't. It was what's so weird is that the things that I thought they were going to be bouncing off the walls about, they weren't. And the things that I thought would be so calming and soothing, they were just like, whatever, I don't want to do this. So it was a lot of fun. We did a lot of crafts. We made glitter jars. We talked about the cultural significance of like dream catchers and kind of used the dream catcher design as a way to kind of separate out the things that brought us down or things that we were afraid of and focus on the things that we, that were helping them out like in their everyday lives, that sort of thing. But we also did yoga. We did dance, which was fun because it was the mindfulness of the body, right? Like where we move and all this. And absolutely everything was done from a standpoint of secular mindfulness and meditation. So they got kind of like a buffet experience. They got to explore and experience a lot of things.
That's really important because a lot of times at that age, they don't know what they like. And so when you present them with a platter of interests, you're going to have so much excitement because they don't know about these things in a regular daily life unless their parents are involved in it somehow.
Right.
And at that point, you've just presented them with a different path that they never thought of. So I would imagine it would be really exciting to be a young girl at that age and doing, some sort of yoga that they've never even thought of.
Right.
Or, maybe writing or like crafting. Crafting is very relaxing to me, painting and all of that.
It is.
So I would think, are you planning on doing another one like that?
I think this year it's going to come back. Yeah. I lost my yoga teacher last year, so I kind of put it on hiatus. But this year I'm looking at doing that summer camp again. So, and it's just a week-long thing. It's from like 9 to 12, I think is what we did. And it's hosted over at B Women's Health and Wellness.
Yes, I've been there.
Yes. And it's got a great space for that
does.
kind of thing. And it's just it's a wonderful place for these kids to come hang out with somebody that's not going to grade them, because teachers are wonderful and nourishing, but or nurturing, excuse me. But there's always that, they're going to judge me and they're going to grade me. We're also not their parents. But we are those kind of trusted adults that in a very safe environment where they can kind of let go and kind of de-stress. And the stories that come out about like peer pressure or just like how their bodies are changing and how the social structures are changing, all that, just it's eye-opening, but it's this great kind of...
It's a lot of pressure.
Sigh of relief for them, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. I mean, you hear about the stories just even recently today, the huge story about the kid getting bullied.
I know.
And you guys just... Anyone our age has no idea what the kids are going through other than what you see in a child or, if you're close to someone who's being affected by that. And
even then, you don't see it all.
No, you don't. So. And sometimes kids don't talk about these things because they're just like, I'm going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
And it's very important for kids to know that, there are predators out there. Yeah. There are people who harass online. There are people who are stalking. Yeah. There are people who are constantly, and they need to be prepared for that stuff.
Sure. Not only that, they need to be prepared for the stress of like exams and stuff.
Yeah.
And I know I took exams in 7th grade, but the ones my kiddo is taking right now, I'm just like, I don't even know how you do this. It's so crazy. There's a lot of stress built into that too.
Definitely. Image stress.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a big one.
It is.
It's the pressure that you get from Instagram and competing with all of the movie star images that everyone presents and the lifestyles and whatnot. So
we all have to deal with that.
I know. I did want to talk about the other blog, which you were okay. So you said that was going to launch when?
Sometime in 2018. I'm trying not to heavy load myself all up in January, because I've got a couple of programs launching in that month. But I'm looking at sometime in first quarter January. So somewhere,
Okay.
or not, I'm sorry, first quarter of the year. So like January through March.
That's
like
coming
that.
up pretty quickly, though.
It is. It is. It
So
is.
if you guys have a no, this is for the mothers.
This is just the blog. Yeah.
The blog. So
Yeah.
if you guys are mothers with kids
Yeah.
and you want to see how this young lady
Yeah.
puts it all together in
you.
her blog, tune into her blog. Are you going to do a podcast, or is it just going to be strictly blog?
I have a podcast right now. It's called Really Great Ideas. And that kind of, I'm a Jane of all trades.
Yes, you are. I know you are.
And I get bored easily, so I just create more things for myself to do. But Really Great Ideas kind of came out of the contacts that I have in DFW that are innovators and that are looking into technology. And so far I've actually chatted with a couple of people that are kind of changing things up in the mindfulness world, which is really cool. But I also have some folks, some app developers and some startups here in Denton and in Dallas that I've got kind of pegged for a guest spot. So
very cool.
yeah. So I'm sure some of the Hey Meditation Mama stuff will kind of come over to that.
And
so
they'll kind of bleed into each other.
It always does.
Yeah.
It always does.
It has to. It's they're all connected for you, so it's very natural for them to do that. So what else do you have going on?
Actually, I think that's it. Well, I say
That's
that.
enough. I know, because you're always juggling stuff
It's true.
too. So.
It's true. No, I'm working on my next book right now. It's called Intentionally Happy.
Nice.
And it's talking about how to mindfully kind of move from surviving to thriving and how to build joy into your life. So
That's an awesome topic.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
on that.
Thank you.
I can't wait to read it.
I'm excited about it. It's coming together really well.
Is it?
So,
And
yeah.
so how long do we have to wait for that one?
That one is flowing, so probably before summer of next year. I'm putting myself on the hook. Let's aim for summer 2018. So
Nice.
yeah.
That's awesome. So I can't wait to you've done such great work with and I've watched you progress as well. And I remember your blog going from one look to this other bigger blog look, and you've just been your momentum is awesome. So I'm so happy that you're working on all of that. I'm happy that you're working with young women, and I would be interested to see the next teenage workshop that you do. That's really cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. So if people wanted to connect with you, where would they find you, and plug them all in?
Awesome. Yeah. My website is thebrainybabe.com. And from that site, you can find a lot of different links, but I am on Facebook as The Brainy Babe, Megan Winkler. And then Instagram is The Brainy Babe. There's a theme. And then just to kind of confuse everyone, my Twitter handle, however, is Meg Winkler. So
that's your name. Don't forget.
It's true. It's true. That one's been my handle there forever. So,
okay.
But yeah, come hang out. It'll be great.
They're going to find you. So if you guys need any help meditating and having her coach you, and I'm sure it doesn't just, go with the meditation. You said you would keep in contact with them and kind of.
Oh yeah. I'm the cheerleader. I'm the person that, is going to stick in your corner. So, if you're looking to write your first book, or if you need help with public speaking, we want to figure out how to do mindfulness because you do not like meditation.
Yep.
Let me know.
So there you go, guys. This is Megan Winkler, one of our Dentonites here, and I'm so glad that you came here to join us and stayed warm today.
Yes.
We're all cozy here in the studio. But I hope to have you on again, maybe closer to that book. So
bring the book in with me.
Yes, definitely. And check her out.
sure.
She's got some publications out there already. So Megan Winkler, local poet, or you are a poet too.
Thank you.
Published author. So check her out. And thank you so much for joining us. You guys, thanks for joining us wherever you're at. Come back next week, Tuesdays at 8 with the Denton Vibe with Diva Girl Ellie. Thanks for being here.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicofDenton.com.